Hi, I'm Christine Cushing, and welcome to another helping of my favorite foods. I could settle a debate over who first invented this famous dessert. Not a chance. What I'm going to do is show you my take of perfecting this beautiful dessert that's named after a ballerina. Get ready for Pavlova. Step 1, the meringue. I'm going to first say that to make a great meringue, I think you've got to have a stand mixer. That way you get that beautiful air in the egg whites. I'm starting with 5 egg whites at room temperature in a super clean bowl. I'm going to start mixing that up over medium speed. The key to making a great pavlova is actually in the sugar. So what you want to use is what's called caster sugar. That's what they call it in the UK. In North America, it can be called superfine sugar. It just means the granules are a lot finer, like this is. If you can't find it, just buy regular granulated and blend it in the food processor. Slowly, I'm going to add that. So that's looking nice and fairly stiff. So here's what you want to look for. It's a fairly stiff meringue. That's about 3 to 5 minutes on medium-high speed. Now, this is the part that makes it a pavlova and not a meringue. In here, I have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I'm going to sift that in. And 1.5 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And just a splash of vanilla. So let's see what we have here. Here's what I'm talking about. So the key to the pavlova is the cornstarch. The cornstarch is what gives it that soft and tender marshmallowy inside. Along with the vinegar, that cornstarch gives it a tender inside, but a crispy outside. I've got my oven set right now at, I like to start it at 325 Fahrenheit, which is about 165 Celsius. And the reason I do that is to get a little bit of texture on the outside. And I always use parchment paper for this endeavor because it just slides right off. You don't have to butter it. You don't have to do anything. And what I'm actually going to do, you could make one round. And oftentimes what I do is just trace a circle on a piece of parchment paper. The side that I trace, I lay it flat so you don't actually put your meringue on whatever ink you're using. But what I'm going to do is make individual ones that are just shaped however I like. So little circles. Oh, look how good this is. I can't even. It looks so good. With the back of my spoon, what I do is just create these little pillows because that's going to be where the topping is going to be. So you see in the center, I've just got it a little bit sunk in so that in this case, it's going to be pomegranates, but whatever fruit you want is going to sit nicely in there. How great do these look? So 5 of them. Oven is preheated, as I said. The key, though, is if you have a convection setting, this is when you want to use it. "15 minutes, then we turn it down. Meet you back here." Look at these. Oh. All right. The oven has done all the work since we last met. Look at it. I love these smaller ones, but you can make them any size that you like. We have a couple of things to still discuss about this pavlova. Remember at the beginning I said there was a debate. So I don't know. The Aussies claim it and the Kiwis from New Zealand claim it. The one thing that I know for sure, Pavlova was a Russian ballerina and she went to Australia and she went to New Zealand. Who knows who invented it? somebody send me a note. Tell me. Assembly of a pavlova for me is very important. It's a perfect combination of crispy and creamy and then a little bit sweet, which the meringue is, and then you want something tangy. That's the key for me. This particular one with the pomegranate, which by the way, if you want a cool trick on how to get the seeds out of a pomegranate, you're going to want to click on my separate video for pomegranate. It's really cool if you've never tried it. So these are just the pomegranate seeds. And here I have some just very gently whipped and sweetened cream, literally a tablespoon of cream. This is super sweet, so your whipped cream has to be very gently sweet. So I'm going to do, I like to put a little dollop of the whipped cream in the middle, like that. And then give it a little swoosh, like that. And then, wait a minute. Stand it? How great does that look? For obvious reasons, the red and white, to me this feels very festive. I love making this around Christmas time. And the key also is winter. Winter or it can be hot, but it's got to be dry. So anytime that it's either cold and dry or hot and dry, never wet and hot. Bad combination. All right. Do you want me to taste some for you? I don't even want to, it looks so good, I don't even want to break into it. Do you hear that crackle? It's all over but the crying for you. Once you make this, it's the pomegranate. Perfect. Oh man, I can't eat all of this. I need to find somebody to share. Thanks for joining me on My Favorite Foods, Pavlova. You're gonna wanna make this for sure. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know how it's going in your kitchen and join me next time in mine. See ya.